going to go over some of the signs and symptoms of children who are being bullied. So these are some of the things to look out for, because our children don't always talk to us and tell us things. Sometimes they're going to believe it's their fault. Sometimes it's they feel humiliated, so they keep it to themselves. So when your child's not telling you when it is happening, these may be some of the things that happen to your child or some of their behaviors. Unexplained injuries, lost or destroyed clothing, books, electronics, or jewelry. Frequent headaches and stomach aches, feeling sick or faking illness. A change in eating habits. Think about your own stress. Think about, adults always talk about stress eating, right? Kids stress eat. Whether it's because they stop eating or they start eating more, their eating habits change altogether. Kids go through all the same emotions we go through. Sometimes we're better at it. Not always, but sometimes we're better at it. Think about that 20 pounds you put in when you were trying to get a new job, right? Kids go through those same things. You just recognize what you're doing. They don't. Difficulty sleeping or frequent nightmares. Again, put that back to stress in your own life. Declining grades, loss of interest in schoolwork, or not wanting to go to school. Sudden loss of friends or avoidance of social situations. Feelings of helplessness or decreased self-esteem. That's why we are here, to fix that part. It's the only part I can help you with today in this room, is to increase their self-esteem and their confidence. Self-destructive behaviors such as running away from home, harming themselves, or talking about suicide. I know those cases arise infrequently, but those cases do arise, and we're unfortunate enough to have to see them in the news from time to time. A lot of that goes back to cyberbullying again. You'll take that sheet home, and there's some things for you to look at. That's why it's so important that we advocate for our children to understand the signs and symptoms of it. We understand that it's actually happening, and the things that we should do to try and prevent those from happening. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get into the mix. So this one's important because we talked about the signs of bullying, and now we're going to talk about the signs your child is bullying others. And again, you may not want to believe your child bullies, but somebody's child bullying them, unless just all these children are magically out there without parents and they're the ones who are bullying your children in school or the other children in school. Then someone's child is bullying. Someone's friend is a bully. Bullies exist. There's proof. So, signs your child is bullying others. Gets into physical or verbal fights. Has friends that are bullying others. Are increasingly aggressive. Gets sent to the principal's office or to detention frequently. Have unexplained extra money or new belongings. Right? Those of you who've been here before, I always go back to the signs. Lost or destroyed clothing, books, electronics, or jewelry. Yeah, your child might just be very forgetful, or your child might be losing things to another child who's taking them from them. Blame others for their problems. Don't accept responsibility for their actions. Are competitive and worry about their reputation or popularity. Again, you're going to go home with all that, but those are things that you might A, B, C. Wow, right? You find out, you step in, you have conversations, they're professionals. There are all kinds of things that we can do as parents to advocate for our kids if they're being bullied or our kids are the bullies. There are ways to deal with that aren't yelling and screaming and angry. There are ways, we have discussions to try and get to the bottom of things, like why are you acting this way? Whether it's being bullied or being a bully, why has this behavior changed? What is going on? What is this dynamic that I don't understand? That's not always just kids being kids. It's not always let them work it out.